guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. By the title of this video, you can probably already tell that this is different from the videos I usually make, and that's primarily because I had mentioned in my previous videos, which if you haven't watched yet, what are you doing? But I was gonna make a lot more new content, so this is me doing exactly that. That being said, if you don't enjoy this type of content, feel free to exit out of it. I'm going to be making my old content as well. But I thought it'd be blasphemous to not share the things that I have been giving the lovely opportunity to learn from people around me. And I have also had the opportunity to experience these things for myself. So, which is why I'm going to be turning this into a bit of a series. There's one thing that I need you to etch into your brain, and we're gonna do it this way. Take a pen and a paper and keep it next to you and write the following words. People will treat you the way you treat yourself. People will not treat you how you treat them. Pause the video. Read this out to yourself a couple of times and let it sink in. Now, somebody told me this a very long time ago, and I was like, okay, cool, maybe that's your way of living. But me, I was a people pleaser, so it didn't vibrate with the frequency that I was moving on at that point. And boy, did it come and bite me in the rear end at some point in my life. Now, it was difficult for me to grasp this concept when I was told about it, primarily because I didn't understand how I could put my needs in front of someone else's. But when I went through an experience where I was left for somebody else by this person, I was sitting in my room, bawling my eyes out, wondering, I give this person all my love, all my time, all my energy, and to a point where I'm not doing things for myself and doing it for this person. So why has he up and left and chosen somebody who probably doesn't do as much? And then this statement echoed in my head after about an hour and a half, and then I bawled my eyes out for being such a stupid little piece of crap. So the problem didn't lie in the fact that I wasn't doing enough for this person, but it lay in the fact that I was putting my needs behind his. Giving a person respect but not respecting yourself is the worst crime you can commit to yourself if you're not listening to what your body needs, what your mind needs. If you're pushing it all aside to make somebody happy, it's not going to work in your favor in the long run. It may work for a little bit, and this doesn't just work with romantic relationships. I mean this with your family, with your friends, or any other relationship that you have. A person is going to lose respect for you, because how do you expect somebody to respect you when you don't respect yourself? It's very, very clear. You need to understand this. In order for people to respect you, you need to respect yourself. You basically have it in you to teach people how to treat you. Let me give you an example of where I went wrong really early in my life. So I had a friend who would call me up with every minor inconvenience she went through. And I would always pick up because I'd feel bad for her. I'd feel like, oh, I'm her friend, I need to be there for her. To a point where even if I was fast asleep, I'd keep my phone under my pillow in anticipation, oh my God, if she's not okay, she doesn't have anybody to speak to, she may do something to herself, yada, yada, yada. I started falling really sick. I couldn't concentrate in school because I was going to 2 schools, plus I was teaching, but I was always there for her. Cut to this one point where I was at my lowest, at my absolute lowest. The only person I could think of picking up the phone and calling at that point was this friend, and she refused to pick up the phone because she was fast asleep. She didn't ruin her sleep for me. She didn't keep her phone under her pillow for me. She didn't bother. She didn't ask me the next morning why I had called up, and we pretended like nothing happened. And the next night, she has called me up again. And I was just baffled at how this person had the audacity to call me up when she herself didn't pick up the phone. She expected me to be awake or wake up for her because I had given her that opportunity to get into my life at a point where she thought it was okay to do so. I didn't create a boundary. She was under the impression that I would be there for her no matter how she behaved. Now, you could stop me here and say, Sanaya, maybe this person was just a shitty human being or a shitty friend. But let me break it to you. Everybody in your life is capable of treating you the way this friend treated me. Now, you can't go around all your life blaming other people for the way they treat you, because you can find like a common denomination and all of that, and it's you, because you aren't portraying yourself the way you want to be treated. You aren't treating yourself the way you want to be treated. I'll tell you where I went wrong. I made it look like my needs aren't important, my stress isn't important, my heartbreak, my exhaustion isn't important. Yours is more important in my life to me than my own stress and anxiety and whatever it is. Okay, so now we know where exactly we've been going wrong in our life, right? But it's never ever too late to change. Remember that. And what you need to start doing is sit down and talk to yourself and tell yourself everything that you like about you, everything that you are proud of when it comes to yourself. You need to talk to yourself and build yourself up. You need to be your biggest cheerleader, because if you won't do that, no matter what I say, no matter what your mom says, no matter what anybody says, it's not going to work. So what I need you to do is, again, pause this video and write down 5 things that you love about yourself and that you're proud of yourself for doing. Now, I know it's hard and it may seem difficult to praise yourself and also mildly narcissistic, but trust me, there are worse things you could be doing. It's okay to be a little narcissistic when it comes to these things, right? Now, once you write these things down, you need to sit and believe in them. You don't need to be treated like a doormat. You don't need to be treated like an option. You're beautiful, you're brilliant, you're resilient, you're strong. You've gone through a lot of challenging things in life, and you're still standing on your feet, waking up each day. And the fact that you're even watching this video means you want to better yourself, which is something to be proud of. So let me just stop here and say, I am proud of you. It's time for you to be proud of yourself. Now, if you've done this, half the battle's won. What you need to also start doing is take some time out in your day to have a little bit of me time. And in this me time, you do not speak to anybody, you do not respond to texts, you keep your phone away and just focus on you. Focus on what you like to do, whether it's singing or painting or just looking out of the window and listening to some music that you vibe with. Really, that's all there is to it. But you need to take some time out for yourself. This is the first step in letting people know that this is my time and I need to do this to rejuvenate myself. And nobody has access to this. People don't need access to every single part of your life. And trust me, if there is an emergency, people will find a way to contact you. What I'm basically trying to say is, if you keep putting other people's needs on top of your own needs, it's going to create an imbalance, which is absolutely unnatural. You can see this gap right here. Just think about it. Every single time you feel that you need to go out of your comfort zone and out of your way to be there for somebody or do something for somebody when they don't do the same for you. This is natural. If a person respects you the same way you respect them, then it's all good. But if something like this is going on, where a person doesn't respect you, but you still do all you can, putting your needs lower and lower till they are invisible, trust me, that relationship is going to get so toxic and you're going to be filled with so much hatred internally. It's going to eat you up inside. All of this being said, I don't want you to get out of this video and start shunning people around, become isolated, putting your walls up way high, because that's unnatural too. It's a slow process and it may seem hard, but at times you need to go out of your way for friends and your family, and it's okay to be there for them. You need to be there for people that you love and who you want staying in your life. You just need to teach people how to treat you. And that only starts when you start treating yourself well. So sometimes it's okay to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, but the key word here is sometimes. I know sometimes you may have to put your needs below somebody else's for a little bit to be there for them, but make sure you don't turn it into a habit. When I started practicing all that I'm preaching today, and trust me, I still slip sometimes and it's okay, but then you have to pick yourself up and remind yourself, this is who I am. I'm not gonna let somebody pull me down. I'm not gonna let somebody treat me like shit because I'm a queen. But when I started doing this, I ended up losing a lot of people in my life, and it did hurt. And I did think to myself, like, am I doing the right thing? But the people who really mattered stayed. And they've stayed in my life for a very, very long time. And I'm so grateful for them. Touch wood. So this is basically what I had to say. I hope it helped you. I would love to know if you'd like me to do more videos like these. I could probably turn it into a series. Till then, stay fresh, lovies.